Hello, my name is Mike Thomas and welcome to day 2 of the Holistic Fitness 1-Week Challenge. Today we're going to be working on freeing your spine and connecting your core. The two things you need to be aware of in freeing your spine and connecting your core is the two different pieces of alignment that allow you to do that. What you're going to want to do is make sure that you're aware of your upper abdominals and your obliques here so you can tuck your ribs in, which will shorten the top of your core from the front, but it will also round out your mid-back behind. You notice a little bit of a hunch going on here that allows my mid-back to have that natural outward round. The lower back needs to be mostly flat with a slight inward curve. Don't worry too much about the details. Really, you want to visualize your tailbone pointing down and pulling up on your lower abdominals. So you're engaging your abdominals from the top with your rib tuck and from below with your tailbone tuck. Okay? And it's about letting go of the muscles in your upper body and your shoulders, your pecs and your lats, and letting go of your glutes as well so that your core muscles do the work. So a great way of practicing this is either standing, separating your core, feeling your back arch, and connecting your core, dropping your ribs and your tailbone, feeling your back lengthen, your spine lengthen. Okay? So we're going to do this standing. Inhale. Exhaling helps you to contract your abdominals, so generally we're going to use that breathing pattern. Inhale. Notice two separate parts, just the ribs and just the tailbone tuck, the tilting of the hips. So you can do this standing, and once you find that connection, you can even breathe and meditate and hold and visualize that lengthening of the spine, specifically connecting your core with your rib tuck and tailbone tuck. You can also do this more easily, feeling it by putting your back onto the mat. We'll go over the use of the block on days 4 and 5, freeing your hips and creating a solid base for your legs. But that is important, so get a yoga block and put it between your thighs to make sure your thighs are parallel. Doing this on the ground, you're going to lift your ribs and press your tailbone into the ground so that you're separating your core and shortening your spine. Inhale here, then you're going to exhale, tucking your ribs down like a crunch, relaxing your upper body while you do so, and also curling your tailbone off the ground, pulling your lower abdominals up this way. A great way of making sure that you're not using your glutes to do this and using your abdominals is lift your feet off the ground. That tilt is going to be a lot more difficult and you're going to feel it in your abdominals. That's a great way of being able to tell that's happening. Here are two exercises that will help you support your core link for freeing your spine so that your nerves and your peripheral nervous system are free to do their job, innervating the nerves and receiving and giving signals. First one is called a face down bridge, and you're going to go on your elbows and either your knees, depending on your health and how good it feels, and that's a great measure, how your breathing is smooth and how good something feels. If it hurts, don't do it. So you can either go on your knees for a face down bridge, and notice tucking the ribs and tucking the tailbone under so I free up my spine and shorten my front. You can also come up onto the toes. You can also try leg lifts if that's easy. You can also try pushing up onto your hands. Okay, there are all sorts of variations, but all the while what I want you to focus on is keeping your breaths long, smooth, and deep, making sure you tuck your ribs and your tailbone so you're keeping your core connected. The next basic exercise, and probably a good one to start with, is a basic crunch. Laying on your back and making sure that your hips are free, and the block helps you with that. Hands gently behind the head. Don't pull with your arms. Lift from here, tucking your chin, exhaling and lifting your shoulder blades off the ground. You're tucking your ribs in and getting your core to work, shortening that core, lengthening that spine. That's it for support and tools on day 2 of the Holistic Fitness Challenge. Be inspired, know yourself, and be empowered. Namaste.